Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Stormworks video and welcome to part 12 of the supply ship build. In today's episode, we're going to start building a mini electric submarine. It's just going to be a fairly basic one that can bring up objects from the ocean floor as well as a bit of deep sea welding / repairing jobs. So the plan is to get the shell built, painted and ready to go so the next episode we can work on a spot to put it on the ship. But anyways guys, without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty guys, here we are in the workbench once again, so let's get stuck straight into it. So, this thing is not going to be very wide at all, so what we'll do, we'll start off with a few of these 1x2 wedges, and we'll come along something just like that, and then maybe we'll start coming up on the sides. Let's go around like this, yes, and we'll fill in the bottom just like so, and then we might come up one more, we'll come out one more block with some more wedges like that, and then we're going to have the front little dome sort of piece right here, so let's work out how we're going to do that. So what we could probably do, what if we grab one of these, I think? Yeah, if we chuck that in right there, we'll come up. Can I drag that up? Yep, just like so. Good. And then we'll chuck a couple of these in front of there. Oop, can I get them to go the way I need them, please? There we go. And we might put a little window there, and then we'll have our seat back here. So let's try that. Let's go for window. Is there a little 1x3? Is that the one? Yes, it is. Awesome. So we'll turn that around that way. Yeah, that fits in there nicely. And then what we could probably do, we're going to have a couple little things sticking out the front. So a couple of magnets and a little welder thing, little welding piece. So if we come forward like this, and then maybe we can have the magnet sitting on the front. So if we just go boom, boom. Okay, we're only going to have two magnets, and then we're going to have the little welder. Is that a, yes, there is a little mounted welder. That's what we want. So we'll chuck that right here. So that'll be the front of it. So we can go down, pick up some things with the little magnets and fix up or like repair pipelines or whatever with this little welder. So that should work pretty well, hopefully. Now let's grab some, actually what we'll do first quickly, we'll just fill in this little area so we can chuck a couple windows down. And actually just before we put the windows in, we might just build up these sides a little bit. What if we come up three? Oh, I need it on both sides. Goodness sake, man. Turn that back around and we'll come up like that. Very good. Now we need to chuck some windows in somehow. So if we go window, we might chuck a big old 3x3 in the front like that. And then we'll chuck a couple of these on the side maybe. Make a strange little shape at the front. This thing may not be that pretty actually. Yeah, don't know. We'll see how we go. So something like that would be a little dome that we look at the front. Now we need to try and work out what we're going to do on the top. So maybe what we could do, if we do something similar to the bottom here, grab some of these, turn them around. If we come up a couple of blocks like this maybe? Nah, I don't like that. Let's try this again. What if we come forward first and we'll try and work out what we're going to do here. So maybe we can just grab a couple of these in like that. And we'll get a few little wedges and we'll just come across like this. Okay, this is going to look very strange, isn't it? Oh well, let's keep going. We'll go like this and we'll try and, it's okay, it's going to be exactly the same as the bottom, is it? So just go along like that. Okay, it might not be too bad. We'll see how we go. And then the top of this thing will be like along there. And then the bottom will keep on going down there. And we'll just keep filling in this a little bit more. We'll try and get the general shape of this thing. So we keep coming along like that. And then maybe what we could do, we can square off the front or the top of this bit a little more. So maybe we could chuck one of those in there. That might be a little bit better. Then the roof can be a bit wider. And we'll have to put one of these in. And we'll go something like that. Awesome, then we'll just run a whole bunch of wedges all along the top until the back of it, and we'll fill in the sides like this. Okay, this is looking awfully strange right now, but we'll see how we go. Okie dokie, so as far as the back goes, what we could probably do, what if we start that about here? We should get rid of all of that and all of this. This definitely does not need to be a big submarine. Why don't we come back one more, forward one more rather. So we'll start with that. We can always extend it or whatever afterwards, so that's okay. So we'll grab one of these. So if we chuck one up there, and we'll put another one here maybe, and we'll grab a 1x4 and fill in that little area. Okay, if we can try and make it come down and sort of come in at the same time, that would be really good. So maybe off that we could go with some 1x2s perhaps. So we could come in a couple, that might be a bit too narrow. We'll get rid of those. We'll see how we go, and then we'll have a little fin at the back here. We might just come 3, 4, 2, 3. We'll leave it at 3. And then what on earth are we going to do down here? So maybe we could grab some little wedges, some 1x4s. And we could fill in the bottom like this. Should we just run those up like that? That sort of lines up actually. Let's go with that for now. We may have to change it. We'll see. 1, 2, 3. And then whatever we need to fill in these side pieces here. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but we'll keep on going. So what we might do next, I might work on coming down this way, and then we'll put some propellers on the back and a little fin, I suppose. I don't really know. So let's fill the roof in like so. We're going to need to fill that in too. Nothing fancy here, just some standard blocks, and we'll just go along like that. Now, let's put some sort of propellers on. So what have we got to play with here? Maybe we could use a couple of these, actually. That might not be too bad. So let's go like that. We'll chuck one right on there. Nice. And we'll grab a wedge. And can we just fill in that back piece? Yes, we can. Awesome. So that almost works. Very good. We are going to need some pipes for these too. That's all. So let's grab some straight pipes and just go like that. So we know to connect all that up. Now, we should probably have some sort of fins on the back so we can dive. That's not a bad idea. So what we could probably do, they're going to be in line with the propellers too, aren't they? All right, so what do we got? Control surfaces. Some little fin rudders, I suppose. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's probably how it's going to have to be honest. Yeah, if we move them back one more, that might not be too bad either. No, I definitely like them sitting back there, except I don't like it being so blocky right here, that's all. But anyway, not much we can do about it just at the moment. Let's just see what we can do here first, and then we might try and fix it up a little bit if we can. So we'll just chuck a little wedge in right there. So that'll be our little, well, that's a bit low. Can we come up a little bit higher with that? What if we stand one of these up this way? And we'll bring this up to here, I suppose. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Let's fill in the few little blocks around it. It's just very square at the back, isn't it? I really don't like that. Can we bring this in one or something? We need to do something here. Alright, so I've made a few little changes here. I really don't know if I like it. It looks kind of so steppy, like it steps up a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to leave it like that for now, though, and maybe we'll see how we go. We may change it later on. It's just like everything else. So also, I want to change up here too. Let's grab some 2x4s and we'll chuck them up here. I'm going to make this look slightly better if possible. We'll chuck one of them there. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. A bit more full here, isn't it? And we'll go like that. And we just need a little 1x4 wedge. And we'll chuck that right there. Very good. Now, we need a way to get in this thing. So, how on earth are we going to do this? Maybe what we could do, we could go like that. Yeah. And then grab a little 1x2 and chuck that at the front. And then we're going to have to make this a little bit higher, though. That's all. I don't know. We might come up just 2 blocks high at the moment. And maybe we can make it come up one more later on. We'll see how we go. Anyway, let's grab some little wedges. Chuck these right in here. Yes. And then we'll just fill that little front bit in just like that. Maybe we can put a little light in the top there. I don't know. See how we go. And we'll fill that in. So now we're going to need a little put a hatch in and have a way down. So let's get a hatch out. Should we use a locking one? Or maybe one of these little hinge hatches will probably be okay. Turn that around. We want it to open outways, don't we? That's probably the best option. So let's fill that in. Okay. This is looking pretty cool. I don't mind it. Looks a bit funny actually at the front, but that's all right. I'm happy with it. Let's keep going. What we could probably do, let's open up the side so we can see what we're doing just for the moment. So we'll go like that. Now, that is our hatch there. So maybe if we block off this wall, we'll come up one more. Okay. So that is going to be a separate area. So that's where we come in. And this is going to house our battery and our motors and whatnot. So let's chuck a couple of motors in now, actually, little motor. So it's going to be electric. So we'll get some of these. Go like that. Actually, I might chuck them up here. And then they can come around and link up into these, I guess. We are going to need a gearbox in here somewhere. So we'll have to keep that in mind. So maybe we can put that like this. Get a little pipe out. And we'll turn it around. Yep. And we need a gearbox. So we'll chuck one of these in. Turn it around that way, I think. Yep. And then back to some more pipes. Alright, so something just like that. So we've got 2 small motors powering both of these thrusters there. So let's just muck around with this. What if we just go... What if we start at like 9.5-ish and we'll see how that drains the battery and whatnot. We are going to need some pumps on here too, but let's chuck a battery in first. Now, I was thinking we could probably use one of these real big ones. Is that too big? If someone wants to let me know, is it worth using one big one or a whole bunch of like medium ones? I'm pretty happy with that. It seems to fit in there pretty well, actually. But we'll see how we go. I'll see what you guys have to say anyway. But what we'll do next, I might grab a pump, a couple of these bad boys, and we'll chuck them in here somewhere if we have a little spot. We'll just go like one there, and we'll put one right here. Very good. Now we need to get some ports for the outside to be able to suck the fluid in and release it. So this will be our ballast, so it may help us sink down a little bit better. So we'll just go like that. We are going to need some little pipes on these ones, unfortunately, but that's all right. So we'll come up like that, and one there. Very good. And we'll quickly chuck a few pipes on here, then we'll get the other ports out. So we'll go like that, and that will go into there. And we need one of these little straight pipe. Boop, perfect. And back to the ports. Ports, and we'll chuck a couple of these on there and there. So I think what we can do, we can actually close this area off, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it should be fine. We are going to need a little cable anchor as well to be able to charge this thing up. So let's put one on this side. If we just put it, should we have it up fairly high maybe? That's probably a good idea. And we just go like that. Awesome, so we can charge it. We should be able to drive it as well. Well, not without a seat, we won't. So let's grab a seat first, maybe a little compact seat. Now, how close to the front? We should come back one spot like that. That should be pretty fun. We should have a fair bit of visibility out here, actually. Nice. So now we need some ladders. Let's do that right now before we forget. We actually need to be able to get in and out of this thing. So if we come down to, let's see how we go. We've grabbed them, turn around this way. Oh, okay, we have a problem. That is not going to fit with the chair, is it? Oh, dearie me. Can we just have ladders there? Will that be all right? I wonder if we can get away with that. We should be able to reach them still, I think. Yeah, righto. What if we get rid of that middle one? We should be able to reach those still, hopefully. What I would like to do also is open up this area here. We can come up one more even, and we can go into these ones here. I would like to grab a couple of wedges because I'm going to have it be able to flood underneath our seat or behind our seats. Maybe a better idea. If we turn these around and go along there, just to help a little bit more weight come up to the front, that's all. So grab a couple of wedges. How on earth are we going to do this? Actually, I'm going to get rid of these, and what we're going to do, we're going to go along one like that, and then we'll come along like this. Okay, very good. And then we have to get some 1x2s. They 1x4s won't fit here now, will they? And then we'll put a couple of these along like that. Should be fine. We'll get rid of those on the outside there. That would just be regular blocks when we're finished. So that helps a little bit more water come into the front there. Not much, but it may help a little bit, hopefully. Now, we could probably start putting an interior on this thing. Actually, real quick, we'll put some lights on the outside. It's probably a better idea to do first. So I don't know where else we can really put one other than right here. I think that is probably our best option. I'd say we're only going to need the one. I don't actually know. I was going to say we could put a camera there, but then again, we don't really have any room for a monitor, so we may not have a camera. We might just have that little spotlight. Should be fine, hopefully. Now, let's get a couple of dials out, so we're going to need a little bit of information. So we're going to have a depth gauge and then a distance to the bottom. We're going to need a battery and a speed. Okay, they all fit in there quite nicely. So let's label all these up. Okay, so they're all labeled. So now we're actually going to need to connect them all up to something. So let's start with this. So we're going to need a distance sensor. What have we got? We might use this one here. So we have to chuck that right underneath. We go like this. That should be fine. We're also going to need a speed sensor. So let's chuck all of them in as we go. Linear speed sensor. I might just chuck that in here so it's not outside. That might be best if we just put it in. What are they? They're doing nothing. Perfect. We'll just chuck it right here. And I think an altitude meter goes into the minus, possibly. I'm not too sure. So we'll chuck one of those in as well so we can see how deep we are. Actually, we should probably put that on the roof. That's probably a good idea. We'll just chuck it right there. That'll be fine. And then we're going to need a function block. I did that all completely wrong. Function. So let's grab one of these and convert this to kilometers per hour. All right, so they're all connected up. So what we might do next, we might connect number 1 to whatever this is. Is that full or empty? Let's go and have a quick look. Okay, so that is empty. So I might have number 1 on the fill side might be best. So we'll go over to there, and number 2 can be empty. So let's label both of these. All right, so they're both labeled. Next up, we might have spotlights, just like so. And number 3 is down here. So that will go to that little light at the front. We should probably have a few side lights as well. It's probably not a bad idea. So maybe we can just have like one there and there. Wouldn't hurt. So we'll just chuck those in right there. That'll be fine. I may color these to be slightly darker as well. Yeah, something like that. And same with that one down there. Awesome. So we'll connect that up now to number 3. That goes to there and there. Very good. And the last couple of things we have left over are these two down here, and we are going to need an interior light. So we might go back to lights just for a moment and chuck one inside here somewhere. Do we have a little spot? What's that? Yeah, you can use this little area, I suppose. Just have it facing backwards to be fine. And once again, that might be a... Oh, we'll do yellow, actually. That'd be all right. Yeah, that's okay. So let's leave it like that. So we're going to need a little button for this as well. So maybe just be number 4 for our little interior light. Number 4. And number 4 can also do all the backlighting for our 4 dials. Now, number 5 will be a magnet, and number 6 will be welder. So let's label both of them now. Alright, so they're both hooked up and labeled. Everything should be nearly ready to go. What we need to do next is actually connect up our controls here. So our rudder will be on our left and right, I think we might go. This one down here. And our pitch will be on our W and S. That one is that one up there. So we need to do that for both sides. Yes. And then for our throttle, we're going to have that on the up and down. So that will go straight to these 2 little motors. Very good. Nice. And then I would really like some kind of roll. So I might put a few control surfaces actually. These small ones look all right. Just so we can roll it if we ever like tip over or something. I don't know. I might just fill in those sides real quick. And we'll chuck a couple of these on. So maybe, will they be in the way here? They should be fine, shouldn't they? They're tiny, aren't they? Are they going to do anything? Should you have a couple? I don't know. What does a bigger one look like? Let's see. That does look a lot better, actually. I do like that quite a bit. I might leave it just like this. So they are going to have to be opposite as well. So let me work out which way they need to be facing. Okay, so I think that is correct. So that will be on the A and the D. So let's connect them up now. Can I get in here? Is there an A and D? Yes, that one there and that one there. Awesome. Now, I don't think I'm going to need any diving fins on the front, or will I? I don't know. We'll test it without first. So let me connect everything up to a little bit of power, and then we're going to spawn it in and see if it actually works. Alrighty, so everything is now hooked up to a bit of power, so we should be right to give it a test. I've also just swapped out all the edge pieces for some wedges, so hopefully we get a little bit more buoyancy in this thing. So let's spawn it in. Yes, hello, very nice. Okay, it's a little bit lower than what I'd like. Too heavy? I don't know, let's see if we can go and fix this. Okay, that's a little bit better. I've just added a couple of pivots in the bottom there, except they're going to work against us when we want to dive, that's all. But we'll see how we go anyway. So let's open up that hatch. Oh, if I can get in it. Come on, let me in, please. Come on, why can't I? Can I get a ladder? Yep, okay. Shut the door and off the ladder. Okay, in the seat. All right, we're in now. Let's make sure we have control over everything. So let's come up. Let's go down. We have our rudder. Nice. And do our little paddles on the side work? It looks like they do. Okay, we should be good to go then, I suppose. We'll just give it a little bit of throttle and get this thing moving. Yeah, okay, full throttle then. See how we go. Can I dive? Yep. Oh, okay, that's not good. Let's just settle down. We have to also put some gauges on for how full our ballast is, so we can't forget that. So let's try and fill that now. So number 1 should be filling it. I don't know. Let's give this a chance to see if it works. Alright, so I was waiting a while and it didn't quite fill up because we don't even have a port on it. I must have accidentally deleted it or something, I'm not too sure. But anyway, what we might quickly do is add a dial in for our ballast level as well while we're here. Absolutely no idea where we're going to put this though. We might just have to go next to these ones on the wall here, I guess. I don't really have another option. That's alright, let's connect that up and we'll connect this up to the backlight as well. What button was that? It was number 4. And then we'll have to chuck a meter in as well. So a liquid meter. Let's go put that in the back and then we'll go and try again. All right, we're just jumping in. We'll shut that hatch. Oh, can I get it? No. What is going on? Okay, why is there so many particles in here? We should be all good to go. So let's test this ballast now. So fill, number 1. Okay, it's going up very slowly though. But that's all right. We are slowly filling up, I guess. I don't know what the capacity is or anything, but let's go forwards. Just maybe we'll go 40% throttle-ish, yeah, something like that. That's okay, so let's dive down a little bit. If I can, yep, okay, we're going down. I have to give that a minute to fill up though. Now let's test our roll. Yep, roll left, roll right, very good. And a bit of left rudder. Awesome, so everything seems to work pretty well now. Let's test some lights too. So let's go spotlight number 3. Yeah, okay, it works. Not very bright though, but that's okay. Now we have our interior, so that is number 4. Yep, that works. Very good. Now we could probably test the magnets as well. Yes, that works. And we won't know if the welder works until we find something broken. That's all right. Okay, that's filling up now. It's going up quite high. Very good. So this thing works pretty well. I really like it. So let's come around back this way. We'll head back and we're going to chuck a heater in this thing and give it a quick paint. All right, so we need to find a little spot for the heater. So we could probably just use that along there, I guess. Grab a little heater and we'll turn it around and make it fit in the wall. Very good, perfect. So maybe that can turn on. Yeah, we don't actually have any buttons left over. Okay. So maybe we could just chuck a little toggle button in the wall or something. It would be fine. Toggle. And we'll just chuck that right. We won't put it there. We'll put it down here a little bit. A little bit more out of the way would be nice. We'll just go like that. And we'll just name that heater. Very good. So we'll connect that up. Connect it up to a bit of power as well. We are also going to need some sort of specialist equipment in here too. So let's see what we've got. A fire extinguisher is useless down there. So we might just take a little bit of first aid. Is probably a good idea. Maybe we can just use this little back wall. I wonder if that would be alright. Should be fine. I can't see us really needing all of this, to be honest. And I don't think we're going to need too much more stuff. I might bring a welder just in case. And an underwater welder is probably not a bad idea either. I just don't know where we're going to fit everything. Maybe I'll put one in between the steps up here. Maybe it'll be alright. And we'll turn that around. Get it facing outwards. There we go. Okay, that is probably more than enough. I'll quickly paint that orange, maybe. Look pretty cool. Brush. There we go. Awesome. So we'll just fill in that little spot as well. Little wedge will be fine. Boop. Awesome. So I guess I will give this thing a quick lick of paint, and then I'll see you guys in a moment. Alrighty guys, it is just about finished now. The only other thing we need to do next video is add some rope anchors on, but I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to work out how we're going to do the crane in that first, and we'll work out where we need to put them. But for now, I think that looks pretty good. So let's spawn in for the last time and give it one more test, and then we'll be ready to put it on our ship. So let's just teleport over to it. It's probably a bit easier. Let's open this up, make sure everything works. So first of all, we should make sure that we can actually get in and out of this thing. So when we're in our seat, can we get around? Yes, we can, and we can get out completely. Very good. Okay, let's shut that hatch. Can I even get to it? Yep. Okay, shut. Good. All right, so let's go forwards. We'll just go a little bit of throttle, maybe 33. That's fine. Now let's fill our ballast. So we need to go number 1. So give that a moment. We're also going to turn on some interior lights. Very good. We'll test that little heater. Is that coming on? Yes, it is. Awesome. So it'll keep us warm while we're down here. That's what we want to see. There's a fish under there. I just seen him a second ago. So we have a fairly good little viewing area out here. Something on the side wouldn't hurt, but to be honest, just what's in front of us is more than enough. So let's give this thing a minute and see what it gets to. Alright, so I'm just looking in the back now. It doesn't even look like it's half full, and we're at, let's have a look, 2,200. So I think it's going to hold a lot of water, so that's pretty good. Let's just make sure it drains. So we'll turn that off, and we're going to try and drain it out now. Yes, that works just as well. Very good. So everything seems to be going pretty well. Let's see what our top speed is. Oh, also, I've turned off infinity electricity, so the battery will start draining now, by the way. So it doesn't look like it's going down too quick, even on full throttle. And we are doing 37 kilometers an hour. Whoa. It seems to be working really well. It's very, very basic, I know, but it's going to do the job that we want it to do, so that's all right. Got a little magnet there. Awesome. Let's come airborne. We're outside. You can actually do like little rolls in this thing. Oh, I thought we were smash it up then. You can actually do like little rolls in this thing, which is pretty cool. So you go like that. Anyway, pretty pointless little feature, but you can do it. So let's turn off those rear props, and we're just going to chill right here. Don't crash and everything, please. So yeah, I don't think the battery drains too fast at all, which is really good. We'll do about 36 k's an hour. That is draining. Our distance to bottom works. Our depth works. Everything works very well. So for now, guys, that might do it for today. Like I said, next episode, we're going to chuck this thing up on the ship, and we're going to build a little cradle for it to sit in and launch it, which should be pretty cool. And if any of you guys have any suggestions or ideas, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. But for now, guys, I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.